A college student studying justice became a victim of the crime she was learning to solve. Digital evidence exposed a boyfriend's lies when his own phone documented his deadly deception. She never made it to class that day, and investigators knew her boyfriend was lying from the start. Two videos recorded minutes apart would prove a killer staged the scene to cover his tracks. In March of 2025, a tragedy unfolded on Alabama highways that would become one of the most compelling digital evidence cases in recent criminal justice history. 21-year-old Gennia Grimes, a criminal justice student at Alabama State University, was fatally shot while traveling with her boyfriend. Initially, the circumstances suggested a possible suicide during an emotional argument. But investigators in Montgomery County immediately questioned this narrative, ultimately classifying the case as a domestic violence homicide. What prosecutors alleged they discovered would demonstrate how digital forensics revolutionizes modern criminal investigations. This is the story of how, according to law enforcement, a suspect's own cell phone allegedly became the most damaging evidence against him, and how two videos recorded minutes apart allegedly exposed what investigators believe was a carefully staged crime scene. Welcome to 10 by 10 Confidential, where we dive deep into the most compelling true crime cases using forensic evidence and investigative journalism. I'm so grateful to each of you watching today. Your support means everything and helps us continue bringing you these important stories. If you're finding value in this investigation, please take a moment to smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when we release our next case. Every like, share, and comment helps us reach more people who care about justice and truth. Now let's get into the devastating case of Gennia Grimes, where digital evidence would expose a killer's carefully constructed web of lies. Gennia Grimes was living the challenging life of a college student in spring 2025. Originally from Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, she attended Alabama State University in Montgomery, pursuing a criminal justice degree with dreams of working in law enforcement. She distinguished herself as a member of the prestigious Honey Bees dance team, a highly competitive performance group requiring exceptional talent and dedication. As a young mother to a 9-month-old child, Gennia balanced coursework, dance commitments, and motherhood with determination. Her boyfriend, 20-year-old Rogers McCloud Jr., frequently provided transportation between Auburn and Montgomery. The tragic irony of Gennia's situation was profound. As a criminal justice major, she studied the systems designed to protect violence victims, preparing for a career helping others. On Thursday, March 27, 2025, Gennia needed transportation from Auburn to Montgomery for a class. Rogers agreed to drive her. She would never reach her classroom, and by day's end, she would be deceased from a gunshot wound. According to Rogers McCloud's initial statements to law enforcement, an argument developed during the drive concerning financial issues. He told investigators that Gennia became what he described as inconsolable about monetary problems. His account to police was that she reached into the vehicle's middle console, retrieved a stored firearm, and shot herself. However, investigators came to a different conclusion. According to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, evidence indicated the shooting occurred in Montgomery County while the vehicle was moving. Rather than immediately summoning emergency services, investigators allege Rogers continued driving to the Waugh community in Pike Road, near Highway 80 East, adjacent to Interstate 85, pulling into a gas station area. What prosecutors claim occurred during those minutes would become central to the criminal charges filed against Rogers McCloud. According to court documents and law enforcement statements, instead of immediately calling for help, Rogers allegedly retrieved his phone and opened Snapchat, recording video of Gennia suffering from her gunshot wound. According to digital forensics analysis presented by prosecutors, this first video contained one critical detail. No firearm was visible anywhere in the frame. Investigators state that Rogers did not transmit this video. Prosecutors allege he then made a calculated decision to position the firearm on Gennia's shoulder. Rogers then allegedly recorded a second video showing what prosecutors characterize as a staged scene with the weapon prominently visible on her shoulder. According to evidence presented by law enforcement, this video was transmitted to his mother. Investigators state he subsequently sent text messages to family members stating, "This girl shot herself." According to the timeline established by prosecutors, only after this sequence did Rogers contact emergency services. Montgomery County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to the scene. Emergency medical personnel determined Gennia's injuries required immediate air transport. Despite efforts by trauma surgeons, Gennia Grimes was pronounced deceased. Investigators noted what they described as inconsistencies in Rogers' account. According to law enforcement statements, physical evidence didn't align with the self-infliction narrative Rogers had provided. Most significantly, investigators classified this as a domestic violence homicide, indicating their determination that the evidence contradicted the suicide claim. The investigation focused on Rogers' cellular phone, which he had provided to investigators. The device was examined by digital forensic specialists. For 8 days, the investigation continued without arrest. Assistant Chief Wesley Richardson later explained, "To protect case integrity, we have not publicly discussed investigation details. However, do not confuse our silence with inaction. We have been meticulously gathering evidence and determining facts surrounding Gennia's death." According to prosecutors, digital forensic specialists made critical discoveries. They allege they recovered both Snapchat videos with embedded metadata, including precise timestamps. According to evidence presented by law enforcement, the first video, which was never sent, was recorded minutes before the emergency call and showed no firearm near Gennia's body. The second video, recorded afterward as indicated by timestamps, showed the weapon positioned on her shoulder. Investigators state this footage had been transmitted to Rogers' mother. Text messages allegedly corroborated this timeline, with Rogers sending messages claiming Gennia shot herself after what prosecutors characterize as staging, but before contacting authorities. Based on this evidence, prosecutors concluded that Rogers McCloud had staged the crime scene. On April 4th, 2025, Rogers McCloud Jr. was arrested and charged with capital murder, Alabama's most serious charge. The charge was based on Alabama Code Section 13A-5-40, which defines murder committed in the presence of a child under 14 as a capital offense. According to prosecutors, Gennia's 9-month-old child was present during the incident, providing the statutory aggravating factor. Capital murder in Alabama carries only 2 possible sentences upon conviction: life imprisonment without parole or execution. Rogers was held at Montgomery County Detention Facility without bond. His defense attorney initially filed for bond hearing, but subsequently withdrew the motion. The case is proceeding toward trial, where Rogers McCloud is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Alabama State University issued statements mourning Gennia's loss, describing her as a criminal justice major and valued Honeybee's team member. Gennia's family in Southwest Atlanta expressed devastation and their commitment to seeing the legal process through. A funeral service was held at Antioch Baptist Church in Atlanta. According to legal experts, the case illustrates digital forensics' increasingly important role in modern investigations. Cellular phones create permanent records, and forensic specialists can recover data and use metadata to establish timelines. Gennia Grimes will be remembered as a promising young woman, dedicated student, talented dancer, loving mother, whose life ended tragically. Whatever the outcome of the legal proceedings against Rogers McCloud, the truth of what occurred on March 27, 2025, will ultimately be determined through the criminal trial process, where evidence will be tested, witnesses cross-examined, and a jury will render its verdict. Thank you so much for watching this investigation into the tragic death of Gennia Grimes. Cases like this remind us how important it is to recognize the warning signs of domestic violence and to support victims before it's too late. If this story affected you, please hit that like button and subscribe to 10 by 10 Confidential for more in-depth true crime investigations. Make sure you've got notifications turned on so you don't miss our next case. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think digital evidence like cell phone records and social media posts are changing how justice is served in modern murder cases? Should there be stricter laws about preserving digital evidence? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your perspectives. Thanks again for being part of this community, and I'll see you in the next investigation. The events depicted in this video are based on publicly available court records, news reports, and legal documents. All individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. This content is presented for educational and informational purposes only.